Before the beginning and after the beginning of everything, there was nothing but the Niflheim, the mist world formless and shapeless and muspel, the fire world always burning. Between these two worlds, there was nothingness and a yawning gap called Kinanggagap. It was here that the first creature was born, neither male nor female. Bigger than all gods and giants, there have been or ever will be Ymir. In addition to Ymir, from the ice there sprang another creature, Adamla, a harmless cow whose milk nourished Ymir for eons. One day, in his sleep, Ymir gave birth to three giants, one female and another Adamla like a man from a block of ice Bori. Now, this Bori married Ymir's daughter, and these two had a son named Bor. Bor married Bestla, daughter of Ymir's son, and these had three sons, Odin, Vili, and Vi. In an attempt to create something out of nothing, Odin and his brothers killed Ymir, and from his body and brains and blood created all the 9 worlds. The gods and the giants are enemies ever since the murder of Ymir. The beginning of the world started with nothing, 2 shapeless settings. To the north was the cold Niflheim with 11 rivers, and to the south was Muspel. At the edge of Muspel stands Sotor, a non-god before the gods, that guards his land and will not leave his path until Ragnarok comes and the big war begins. In between Niflheim and Muspel exists a void making up the yawning gap. There emerged the 6-less Ymir that birthed a 6-headed giant from its legs and a male and a female from under his arm.
This short chapter describes how the world according to the Norse mythology was created, how Odin came to be the father of all, how Odin and his brothers Ve and Vili created the world within the skull of the father of giants Ymir, clouds from his brain, mountains from his bones, oceans from his blood that ultimately drowned all the giants except one. Incredibly succinct, the chapter manages to give an overview over Norse mythology of the creation of the world we live in today and how it will end one day. These questions are generally cornerstones in every religion, and it is interesting to see how similar some of these beliefs are to Abrahamic religions. For example, it is believed that the 3 brothers Odin, Vili, and Ve created a man and a woman from clay that were called Ast and Embla. Anyone else find a resemblance to Adam and Eve? Similar to the Muslims, Norsemen also believe that humans were made from clay. They also believe in a great war that will come, Ragnarok, when the Surtur with a flaming sword will leave his post in Muspel, when Floki will assemble his monstrous children to fight the gods, and the world will reach the ultimate uproar. The stories are told rather factually, and we are expecting more storytelling. Our expectations were very different, but that is not to say we are disappointed. Gaiman's writing is very simple that it is very appropriate for such a complicated mythology.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you're notified when a new episode is posted. Rate and review this podcast and share it to your friends. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you're living with some great things that can help you. Until next time!